Hi, remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel, questions, comments, reach out to me at papajohnspantry@gmail.com. So this is how to make your own homemade gravy. For those of you who continue to watch me from the stew recipe, welcome back. And if you're watching just on how to make gravy, welcome aboard. So I'm taking the juice that we made, the stock that we made from the stew here, and I'm gonna thicken it up because I want to make it thicker. But if you want to make your own gravy from like a chicken stock or a chicken broth instead of buying canned stuff, I'm going to show you how. So we're going to take, and this is going to require, the recipe is going to be for about four to 6 cups of broth. So you might need to cut this back a little bit of, once you have your liquid if you make a roast or something. But I'm going to show you how to make a gravy. So we're going to go over here now on the stove top, and we are going to melt down a stick of butter, and then we're going to add a cup of flour to it once it's fully melted. All right, so I'll see you once the butter's melted. Sorry, I should say I'm going to do this so it doesn't scorch. I'm doing this over a low to a somewhat low flame. A low medium flame. All right, I'll see you in a moment once this is melted down. And welcome back. So you don't want to, if this is all bubbly and stuff, you get your flame too high, turn it down. So the butter is just melted. We're going to dump in a cup of flour. We're going to stir this up until it gets clumpy. Then we're going to let it cook for about 30 seconds. And this recipe is perfect for one of these, these 32-ounce containers of chicken stock or beef stock. Good for a good 4 cups of liquid to thicken up. All right, so this is gonna let this cook for about 30 seconds. Just stir it so it doesn't brown to the pan. Alright, then I'm going to move you to the sink. Alright, because I'm using that stuff that's in the crock pot. You wouldn't have to move this to the sink if you're just using a chicken broth or stock. Alright, so. Alright, I'm going to put this in the sink. I'll see you in a second over there. Alright, crock pot people, slow cooker people, welcome back on how to make gravy. So I'm taking the inner lining out of my crock pot, and so I've put, I got my Dutch oven with the roux in it, and I'm putting the colander in there, and I am going to carefully dump the juice from the stew. And if you made yourself I didn't get to it on the channel, but eventually we'll be doing slow cooker roasts and stuff. And if, the same thing for if you're doing like a pork roast instead of a stew right now. Same way how you make a gravy with what you just made. So we're just going to slowly drain the liquid into our roux mixture. And for you that are just making a gravy for mashed potatoes, this, you wouldn't have this. This is why I said you might not be using the sink. Alright, so you don't have to get it all out of there. Just wipe off the side of your, don't get any dish soap or stuff in the, just, wipe off the lip of your slow cooker. Alright, and I'll just take this, put it in there, and I'm going to return the pan to the stove. I'm going to return my crock pot liner back to my crock pot. Alright. See you back on the stove top for gravy in a second. You did. Hi, welcome back to gravy. Alright, so we're going to put this on. Not going to do nothing without a flame. So we're going to put this on a low flame again. And So this, coming from the stew, we seasoned this in the crock pot already. If you were using like that, you know, if you're using your can of chicken stock, you're gonna probably want to add some salt to this. But I already added the salt to the stew. This is kind of like a continuation of this, the set it and forget it, the beef stew recipe. I'll probably just call it crock pot beef or slow cooker beef stew. I haven't uploaded the video yet, so it's kind of why I'm talking like about the future. So we're just gonna keep whisking this. You don't have to do it constantly, but once you feel like you've got all the, I'm gonna call it butter sludge. Once you feel you got all the butter sludge off the bottom, you can stop. Stir this about every, you know, sing happy birthday in your head twice, then give it a stir. You don't want it to burn the bottom of the pan. And then we're gonna let this boil, and then it's gonna be, as soon as it boils, we're gonna like let it boil for about 2 minutes. And then see how nice and thick that got? Just gonna let this boil ever so slowly for 2 minutes, and that is that. And then I'll put this over the top of the beef stew. But that is how you make a homemade gravy. And if you need to add salt, by all means add salt to this, because you know, it might taste blah if you're using the carton a stock. All right. So, and we're bubbling. So that is how you make gravy. All right. Thanks for watching.